Good afternoon, gentlemen. We are here for round 1 of SBR for the Tier 2 race in Portugal with 15 corners, and let's hope everyone can have a clean race. My name is Pyro, as you already know, and I'm joined here in the co-coms with Jamie Morris.
Nice to be here for Tier 2 in SBR. How you doing, Pyro?
I'm doing great, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Look at the weather here. It's quite cloudy, isn't it? And
it's very overcast,
see a bit of potential rain. And this is quite common because I see a Ferrari out there on a set of intermediates already, but obviously it's not intermediate conditions, so it's just probably
maybe just to get a feel of the tyres, maybe, because I heard that going on wets at the start then going softs it feels better. Apparently more traction.
I never heard of that one before, but I've seen it a little bit. I've not really heard of it too much, but I've known about it, and yeah, this is one of the recent times I've seen it, so we'll see how it goes out for him. But we've got our hug on the outer lap coming towards the penultimate corner, so if you want me to take to the lap?
Yeah, you go for the first lap.
Alright, so I can see on the full map that Aston Martin has a problem down at turn 5. Hopefully he gets back on the track. He's stationary there, so he just needs to get back on the track. That's not the Ferrari on the instant. But our hook then on a lap coming towards turn number 1, then take it all the way to the left hand side, braking, and before the 50 metre board, hitting the inside here, go out wide but not too wide to validate your lap, and coming into turn 3 then hitting the apex, go up to second gear and short shift to help with traction as well, going uphill. Very difficult to lose a car. DRS enabled for the second straight as we head down into turn number 5, then breaking at the 100 metre board, hug the inside curb here, second gear, short shifted to help with traction use. Oh, he's lost it,
no.
and he's off.
That could be disqualification. We don't hope it is. It is.
That is mean.
And that's one thing that I said that would happen. Let's hope not for that, but that's the first time it's happened in SBR. But yeah, that's disqualification. Yeah, the game does not like that a lot. But wow, that's very unlucky from Ahug, and he's out of this whole qualifying, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a massive shame. It's quite common to lose that at turn 5, sorry, because it's a slow speed corner and you have to build up the traction, and he did, but I think that curve just caught him out just a little bit there, and sadly, as you saw there, he just lost the car quite out.
Yeah.
Off turn number 5, there's
I think the McLaren of IDZ is the first to set their lap. Let's see what the banker time is and see if anyone would want to beat that, obviously. As out of ERS before coming to the line, it is a 117.1. Pretty decent lap for a Q1 banker. Let's see how the others respond to this, as Low Lion does a 0.2, just around 400ths behind, as going into Primera now.
Yeah, I think somebody's just joined the session because the timing screens have glitched there. As you can see, can't even see the tyres, so hopefully it gets back to normal. But Connor there goes up into P1.
I don't think anyone could have joined, the lobby's full.
I saw someone called Brian join the session. I think he lagged out earlier on and just joined by the session, just glitched.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
looking for somebody else there on their lap. We've got a Alfa Romeo coming towards the end of the lap. That's a Ferrari. He's up into P5, obviously not a representative lap time on those intermediates, so he'll go on the soft compound tyres. But Chimney Whitney goes up into P1 there with a 16.8, so he sets the benchmark there for the rest of to try and beat in Q1. But it is Q1, so what you're looking for is the bottom 5 to be knocked out. We definitely know that our hook is going to be knocked out in 20th place without disqualification, so 16 down, which you're looking for. Then the Q2, the top 50 will go through, and obviously whatever's your best lap time.
Another blocking the pit lane.
That's interesting.
Who was it? Mike. Where is that? Blocking the pit lane, is that entrance or exit?
Can't be entrance unless he's going really, really slow on the entrance.
He might have spun on the exit of the final corner of Galp. But that's not good, and Gamer's also just sat on this little straight.
Braking, accelerating, so I wonder if he's trying to burn off the fuel as he puts too much here. We've got a Lion almost spun behind him there.
Maybe, but IDZ looks to be on another lap going to Torre Vip. A nice hairpin, needs to get traction on it, otherwise you will spin. Purple sector 1, it looks like. I think that is a purple sector 1. Just need to gain about 3/10.
These corners can be
now
quite
going
difficult,
to this very, very difficult corner. Samsung. That's what the corner is called for some reason.
Yeah, I've got the track back because I get quite lost myself in these corners. So this is Portugal, turn 10 and turn 11, go to wide entry to get a good exit. 310's up as well in that middle sector there. So looks like Roddy
turn
is on a
13,
really good
another
lap.
one for tricky traction on the exit. Purple 62, which is very, very good from IDZ. Penultimate corner. Just loses out and does invalidate his lap on the penultimate corner, which is very difficult on the track limits, but very unfortunate.
It's a shame there for him.
As there is another spin of low line at yeah. It's not very good, is it?
We've got the Haas credits to three. He's made a mistake, so he's lost a lot of time already in that first set to make a mistake, just losing traction out of turn number 3, which is a slow speed corner, so it's very difficult to regain that traction. Somebody else is also spun. That was Lion, I think, coming out the final corner, so he's head back a bit late. Didn't really have a good run on his first or second lap there. Surprisingly,
I actually spun at Samsung. The Haas.
That's a common place.
Well, luckily, he didn't go onto the grass and disqualify himself, because that's one of the corners that you can get disqualified from, which is unfortunate if it does happen. We've had 2 disqualifications from these corners, which is not good.
Yeah, that's a shame for them. So 3 of them will be definitely going out for sure. Toxic Jesus, Nicholas and P17, and Gamer, who is on the lap, coming into Portugal at turn number 11, then coming out of there and get a good exit to out there. It's a downhill section, so it's very easy to lose the car. The tyres there will pretty much be full of energy through here, so it's very easy to slide, get the understeer and oversteer. This one as well can be very difficult with the understeer, and gets back on the throttle then. Doesn't use all the track on the left hand side as we make our way in the final corner. Dean's got up into second place on the same set of tyres.
Raynick seems to be on a very, very good lap now, going into Samsung. I saw Purple Sector 2, 22.0. I was 2 tenths faster than someone that we were seeing before. One of the top guys. We're now coming into turn 10 and 11. Let's see how he does this. He needs to get good traction exit, not go wide and not lose traction. Just spin into the wall on the right hand side. Purple Sector 2 again. This might be on P15, but they don't actually have a lap. Going a bit wide. Penultimate corner. Wants to get on throttle early as possible, not run wide. And then into the final corner, the 15th corner. Wants to hug the inside line to get as much time as possible. It's going to be a 17.0, so it looks like he lost a bit of time in the final sector. Ooh. As CPI Nicholas goes fastest by just about 4 hundredths. Not a lot in it.
Yeah.
Very, very close between the top 5 and top 6.
Elsewhere on the track, Lion made a mistake coming out on turn 4 while Nicholas was on his lap. It was turn 4, he spun the car, and you can see there he's invalidated. He saved up the ERS to go for a second lap. And also the ERS situation, for some reason it runs out before the line, so it's a problem for everybody. There's no disadvantage or advantage there. It's just the ERS, your maximum 1 lap allowance is run out, so that's why you see a lot of people run out of ERS there. And also in the race, it's very, very difficult to save ERS, especially when you're on your own there. You'll be nowhere above like 30% the whole race, so you'll be careful of the ERS and how you use it throughout the race. Yeah,
that's going to be tough for a lot of drivers. As low line goes for a spin off of Primera on turn 1. Very, very tricky corner. If you hit that inside yellow curb, you'll be going for a spin a lot of the time. Low line might want to move. Ghosting is on. You might want to move so you don't get disqualified. He doesn't want to distract the other drivers, which is very nice of him. But yeah, with the ERS, it's going to be also like with the setups. Setups is a very, very important factor on this track. As Leo spins again, just them tyres and also the wheel traction that doesn't help. Doesn't want to get disqualified. Want to turn around. Yeah, with the ERS, the setups are maybe the biggest factor on this track, because you don't want oversteer, you don't want understeer. If you have any of that, you'll be going for spins on high speed corners, out of exits, and the understeer with the entrances and the going wide a lot. Penalties are so easy to get. Then if you're on high wings, your ERS is going to be really, really low the whole race.
right there, and I'm on board with Klein. He's just got 3 tenths in the middle sector. He's got Aston Martin ahead of him. Hasn't disturbed him too much, but he'll get a good slipstream. Yeah, could have that final corner then. Let's see what lap time Klein will set. It'll be a 16.8, I think. Yeah,
that's a good lap putting a P3. I was hoping maybe someone to try go into Q2 on the mediums, see if they've got the pace for that. Maybe one of the top drivers, like maybe Hughes Connor, just moved from Tier 1 to now Tier 2 reserve. But he is using no ABS, which he's not very comfortable on lately. That is why we have moved him down. He has made the choice to do that. But 16.7, it's not a bad lap.
Just one more driver then out of the 80 to set a lap time. He is on a lap, is the Aston Martin of Kai then. Heading into turn number 8, I believe that is. Gets a good exit coming out of there. Downhill section now, the fast left-hander. No problems through there whatsoever, easiest corner. And coming into Point Mile then takes a very wide entry to get a really good exit.
Apex.
Does miss the apex a little bit, that'll affect his time. Coming into turn number 13, I believe. Hooks the inside curve, goes out wide, brings it back to the left-hand side. Down into third gear we go there. The short shifter to reduce that wheel spin. It's very easy to understeer with the amount of temperature in your tyres. As now we're coming to the final corner then. Some people love to hug that inside curve, some people don't. It's all about preference through there. And now coming towards the line, it runs out of ERS and it's a 17.2, which
P11 for Kai. It's enough to get out Q1, but one of the favourites to win the championship this season is Kai Zaki. But it's not a great lap. It's enough for now. But I reckon he will definitely become faster.
Quite a close grid, isn't it? Looking at the time.
It is a very, very close grid.
If you improve by 1 or 2 tenths, it could pop you up the pecking order.
There's 5 tenths between first and P13, and 7 tenths between first and 15th. Looks like Henry did. Snell did set a lap on the intermediates. Now he'll go for his soft front now coming into Samsung. A bit wide, not the best you want to do on that entrance. And now coming into Craig Jones. If you hit this curb sometimes it can send you off, but it's quite nice to turn 10-11. Just nicely hits the curb, good apex. Now coming into this very tricky turn 13, especially for traction on the exit, doesn't want to go wide. Nice exit now, penultimate corner. Throttle as soon as possible, not to run wide though, you want good rotation. Now coming into the 15th and final corner, wants to hold the line tight and maybe not run out of ERS. Like I say, he ran out of ERS a bit later than usual people. Now goes to P7 with a 116.9, which is a very decent lap. Just 2 tenths behind Hughes Connor.
Hundreds behind Busy in P6 as well, so he popped himself comfortably inside that top 10.
Oh, as we see, actually, Dean Field, as Connor's retired, in the pits, I'm guessing. But yeah, Dean Phelan, 10.5 up on his time, I saw, going into Sector 3. Oh, loses the car a bit on the exit of, not the corner now, Galp, the 15th corner. Tight line, doesn't go for much tight line, and dives into the pits late. As we did see, CPI Nicholas, 2 tenths faster than Connor's time. Also, the times are going to be dropping now, which is very, very good to see.
Ronnie in P11, he spun coming out of turn 5, he's on a brand new set off the soft compound tyres, so he feels he's not really safe in P11 there. Sacrificing a set of soft tyres. Ideally, if you order the quickest up there, you want to be using 1 set of tyres, saving it for Q2 and Q3, but he's got out a brand new set already.
Yeah, that is very, very crucial.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go. Will he go for that? We feel he's safe down in P11. We've got Hakim, we've got Brian, we've got I don't know how to pronounce that name, very sorry. In P17 there. Pali? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Pali, yeah.
Yeah, Pali Padua and 80th place in the Haas. He's currently gone wide throughout turn 3, so...
a bit wide again, that should be an invalidation. It doesn't get invalidation, actually. 22.9, that is not great. That was 9 tenths slower than Leighton, I saw. The SZA is going to back out now. Goes for that final run as Hack, one of the faster drivers as well, on especially other tracks. Let's see what he's going to do on this lap. 22.1, not bad. A bit slower than the top runners. Wants to get a good exit out of this corner, hug the curb. Now get a tight line through here. And coming through Samsung wants a really good exit. Just about hitting the curb. And hug that curb as well now into Craig Jones. See if he takes a tight line. He does. Turn on 10-11. Doesn't want to miss the apex, otherwise that is a lot of time lost. Hits it nicely. A very good exit as well. 3 tenths faster. It is a purple sector 2. Got no idea. Massive lock up into turn 13. Decent exit out here. Now penultimate corner. Wants to hug the tight line. Throttle early as possible. Not go wide. It is a nice penultimate corner now. Hug the tight line again as always. From turn 15. It's going to be a 117.0 pushing P10. He will be hoping that will put him safe into Q2.
Busy dog, busy in P2 there with a 16.7. He's done 3 laps on those soft compound tyres, so he's looking very, very confident. He's done a lot of laps on those tyres. And we've got IDZ coming across the line now. Oh, P2, 16.6 for him. So that's a good lap time, yeah. We've been confident with that lap time down there in P2. He's done it 2 laps as he validated and scored on the first lap. So, yeah, he puts himself in a really comfortable position.
Alright, let's start to look at the drop zone now, where everyone want to be getting out of, as Toxic Jesui now goes P1 with a 16.503, just outside of 0.4. But Low Lion, one of the faster drivers last season as well. Now coming into the final corner exit, hugging tight line, runs out of ERS a bit early. Will this be enough to get him out Q1? It should be. A 16.8 is not a bad lap. As you see, Kai as well, final corner, no, third to final corner, now penultimate corner, good exit out of that. Throttle early as possible, doesn't want to go wide, not invalidated his lap, it looks like a really good lap. Tight line as always, does ride the curb a lot. It's going to be a 116.9 P11. Again, he's going to hope that puts him through. There's Chinese Whiner, wow.
Oh, the Aston Martin down in P17 there, he gone wide through turn 7.
Invalidation.
Carried a bit too much speed and cost him an validation, and he'll be frustrated with that. I don't think there's enough time left on the board to go for another flying lap.
Can't see because yellow flag. Yeah.
3 seconds.
And that is Aiche Gamer Rainerk out of qualifying. So everyone else now, top 15, is 100% safe. Because Gamer cannot set a lap. And that is Q1 finished. 2 disqualifications. Very, very unfortunate for them 2 drivers.
Yeah, that's a massive shame there. Just spun the car on the exit using that curve, which he's supposed to do, but did break traction and that cost him spin. So sadly for him, got disqualified along with Dio Malky there down in P19. I pronounced it correctly.
I've got information that Michaels did have a quali ban, I remember now. So he decided to get himself disqualified as retiring in the pits. That is why, but he will be starting in front of our hug, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that is Q1 over and done with. The top 15, very delighted to get into Q2.
Yeah, look at Busy and Toxic. They're looking really good up there. They did 3 laps on those set of tyres, so what can they do on a brand new set? Plus the track's lightened up as well. The track's getting faster. It was cloudy to start with, and now it's dry. Nice blue skies in the air as well, so track temperature will be better.
That's now Layton across the line for the final. Time in Q1 as we wait for Kai and Brian for them to finish in the pits. And we will head over to Q2 where the tyres will be decided what they start on. Personally, I would go for the soft tyre because they feel better at the start of the race.
Yeah, soft to medium or mediums to soft. The hard tyres will not be used unless somebody has a problem at the first part of the lap and they go on the hards to try and hope for a safety car towards the end and pull back onto the mediums or soft, depends how far they got into the race.
Even then, I would, if there's good damage on lap 1, lap 2, I'd still go for the softs. But carry them out until lap 15, 16 box mediums and hope for a safety car as well in them laps. Catch up.
I wonder who will get caught out in the race as well with the tyre temperatures because they can overheat quite a lot.
Yes.
Around this circuit.
The tyre pressures are so important. Going into the final corner. Right. Yeah. Going into the final corner, your tyres will be screaming.
like you said, with the setup as well, it's going to be really important to pop on the right setup, because you can understeer, oversteer, and also tyre pressures can be also a factor with the understeering and oversteering as well. So yeah, you're going to have it absolutely spot on if you can.
Just wait for Brian now. I don't know what's going on, but the session ends in 10 seconds, so let's hope nothing happens.
Do you think we can get the 50s today,
Oh, his time is out of sync because he joined back. I need to message him.
Someone needs to tell him to retire. Yeah, once you join back the session, you will. The time will be different compared to others. I don't know why it does that.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, so the ones out of Q1 then is Rainer Gamer and the Hash Driver P19 and Malcolm P19, and hopefully never saw those two because one's got a qualifying ban and the other spun the car, and that was classed as a disqualification, so sad for him. He's lost out. What could he have done if he didn't get disqualified?
Ahog, he's one of the faster drivers that could have made it to no, that was the other person. Never mind. I reckon if he didn't get disqualified, I reckon he had really good pace. But again, the times are very, very close. Not a lot of time. By the end, it kept getting bigger. That's what people want, setting laps, hoping they're confident. But still not a lot of time. About 6 tenths between the top 15, maybe. Just around that.
7 tenths towards P17 as well. So we only needed about 1 or 2 tenths to get out of the drop zone.
Yeah.
He'll be a
just one
spectator to
mistake.
sit with us. Yeah. Do you think we'll see some people on the medium compound tyres in Q2? I think if those people like very early go into Q2, then switch over to softs. But do you think anybody will make it through on those mediums?
I don't know, because it is a very, very tight grid. Like, say, like the 710s, obviously, people want to be looking at what times they'll set in on this soft tyre. So if you want to start on the mediums on this grid to these drivers, you have to get into the 16s. Maybe that's 16.7, 16.8 for these drivers to get into Q3 on mediums. That's what everyone else was setting on the softs. The average time.
So half on mediums and half on softs then, and the first driver to come out is the Alpine, if I'm getting the colours right. I can't really see at the moment. I think it's Dean who's out there
Williams.
first. It's Williams. Yeah, I always get confused between the Williams and Alpine there, the colour of it on the full map. Yep.
4 blue cars. Yeah. Oh! I don't know what's happened there, but there's been obviously I do, but there's been a collision with Palipuda and Lowline, and Lowline has a grid penalty. I'm gonna check if Pally does. Pally doesn't know, so I don't know what happened there, but Leo has come out worse.
Already at a setback then is a low line there down P3, but we're gonna watch for what's been taken by Nicholas now.
Yeah, you're right. A lot. Yeah, I reckon they want to test the waves of the mediums at the start. I'm gonna go on board with Dean. I think he's definitely one of the faster drivers.
I'll take you through a lap with Dean then. Right in the final car, might get a distant tow with that Alpine ahead of us there, as the DRS now enabled, approaching about 317 kilometers an hour on that straight as we make our way into tier 1 then. Flick it in, hit that curve there, but don't hit the yellow curve, orange curve. Coming into turn 2, that turn 3 there, break down into third gear. Some people go second and some people just stay in third. And short shifted very early up to the 5th gear, coming towards the DRS over there for the third DRS. So that is an Alfa Romeo who gets that nice out of the way. Headed out into turn 5, breaking at the 100 meter board. Important to go for the speed, locks the inside front because it's downhill. It's so easy to lock your front tyres if it's downhill, as we'll make our way then into turn number 6 and 7. This one easy, but the other one is difficult. You can see the rear already sliding before he enters the corner there. You can see the corrections going on there for Dean there, so he might have lost a bit of time. The medium tyre is not really a one-lap tyre, but I think McLaren might have spun coming out of turn number 4 up the hill. As we make our way into Portimao, turn 11 goes wide, and that does cost him the validation, so that's a shame for him. And that was toxic straight. That was toxic.
I want to see China whining. I'll take on a lap with China. As
But
another
before
sector
that
is.
happens, somebody spun quick out of turn 1, that was IDZ, so both McLarens there spinning at turn 1 and turn 4, so it's cost him. It's the medium compound tyres, so he could go full of the lap because the mediums don't wear out as much as the soft compound tyres do. I think he could get away with them doing another lap on those soft compound tyres. Who do you see we could go on board with?
I'm on board with Chinese right now. It's set 22.1, which I don't think was a bad lap. It's faster than some of the softs that was in Q1. I'm going to Craig Jones now. He did a nice Samsung. Now turn 10, 11, wants to hit the apex nicely on 4th gear. Shift onto 3rd gear on the apex. Purple sector 2 obviously, with only one person setting a lap. Bit wide on turn 13, but gets a good exit. Kind of makes up for it. Penultimate corner. Wants to get on throttle again. Not really as much to say, then don't go wide. And wants to take a tight line. Runs out of ERS. Now, across the line, it's going to be a 17.2. Not a bad lap. Only busy. Does actually go faster.
You see, so lost all of his front wing out of that final corner when Chiny Winey passed him, so he has to go back to the pit lane there. But yeah, decent lap for Busy, 17.2. Obviously, the top 15 did a 16. The highest was a 16.9. So obviously, if they switch over to the soft compound tyres, they'll have to change over to the soft so that they don't get knocked out. Not a representative lap time from IDZ there. He did spin, but Hugh Connor almost lost it coming out
he's going for another one.
turn 13.
There's now, he sets his way onto Lagos, wants to hit the curb, just misses it a tiny bit. Not going to get great exit going into turn 4. Lifts a lot going on the exit. 22.1. It's on the same ropes as China, and he also did make a mistake into Lagos on turn 4. But now, coming into this very, very tricky turn 7, I think, now with Samsung. Misses the curb, which sometimes you can do if you don't want to spin. Now Craig Jones, turn 9. You take a tight line or a wide line. Takes a none really. Wants a good exit. It's not a purple sector 2, which is expected on the mediums. Now turn 13 does hit the curb quite nicely. Wants a good exit. Now putting it on what corner. Early on the throttle he does. And now does he take a tight line? He will. And it's going to be a 17.3. Just 10th behind China. Not a bad lap. But will we want to go fast or switch into the softs? Or if not, a lot of people set the soft lap.
Made a few errors there, did IDZ. Correction of the steering, and you lost a bit of traction put out of turn number 5 as well. But I've got Nicholas on the lap. He's on the medium compound tyres. He enters turn 3 now, so hit that very nicely there. Did have slight lock up, but that would affect him too much. Up the hill he goes, second DRS zone. DRS enabled 22.0, so that's a 10th quicker than a few people I've seen. Goes into first gear, interestingly, then up into third immediately. Goes on the exit there, bit of wheel spin, and now we're coming to turn number 7 here. Flick it in, lifts off quite a lot down at turn 7. I see people the flat out through there, but go into
very
turn
nice
8. Last exit there from him, Nicholas. And now coming to Portugal, turn 10 and turn 11. Quite a lot to line through there. Get on the exit, don't have to validate through there. Downhill section, so it's very easy to lose the car as we make our way towards turn 13. Hug the inside, didn't really hug that inside, so we might have lost a bit of time through there. Coming towards turn number 14 now. Go out wide through here, and now coming to turn 15. Use all the track in this final sector here. He doesn't use that curve like most people do, and he makes his way towards the line, which is going to be a 70.1. It pops up to P3, so
China actually. China did go faster just outside the 16s, and Hack is being pushed down on them softs. So Nicholas and China faster than Hack on the softs. Quite representative for the medium runners.
Got Snell coming towards the final corner.
15, 16, 17.1, beating Nicholas by 500 on the dot. Not a bad lap again. A 10th behind China, but Pallet still at the top on them softs. I wonder what people are going to do.
Oh, Dean almost lost a Quinn out. Yeah, I wonder what people are going to do as well, but Dean almost lost a Quinn out of turn 4.
21.9, that's the fastest we've seen so far in Q2.
on those soft compound tyres as well, so I expect him to go quickest, well, up to second place behind Palipador or matching him. If he can hold this lap together, coming to these fast 2 corners now. This one's very difficult, very easy to lose the rear here.
It's a
very
good corner.
patient on the throttle. You can see at the exit of that corner, just slightly lost it as he applied the throttle. Yeah. What does he do through here? Does he take it wide? I think it's just an optimum line that everybody takes coming out here. Goes a bit wide, it doesn't validate.
The same corner that's always getting him out, catching him off guard, but it's unlucky. That corner is very, very strict on track limits. I think too strict, because that was inches off the track.
It was indeed, and I've seen some people can get away with where he is at the put-up corner. Get away with that if you go a little bit wide and come back in straight away. Get away with that one.
Toxi Saswina going for his lap on the softs. He was one of the top runners for Q1, now going into Lagos. Just hit the curb a tiny bit. It's a good exit. Switches to 5th, I think, by accident on the exit. But it goes back to 4th. It's going to be a 22.1, 2/10 slower than what Dean did. I think on the same as what Chinese did on the mediums. Wants a good exit out of the hairpin.
2.5.
Yeah, that. Going into Samsung, wants a really good exit out of here. Not too much wheel spin as he gets a tiny snap, correcting it nicely. Now into Craig Jones, now coming into Portimao, turn 10-11. Goes for a wide line, misses the apex by a long shot, but makes up with the exit. Now coming into turn 13, looks like a purple sector 2, but that could also be on P10 that I've heard of. Them purple sectors. He takes a tighter line than most people. Gets on the throttle very well and a good exit now going into turn 15 Galp. Not taking a tight line towards the pit entrance. It's going to be a 117.0 actually. It is slower than Chiny on the mediums and slower than Pally on the softs, but faster than some medium runners as he hits the yellow curb and goes off.
I dare say that lap time has to be improved because it's a 17.0 and he's
100%,
on the cusp of being near the medium runners as well. So yeah, that's a worrying time there for Toxic. Jesus in P3 there. His teammate down in P9. He needs to get out there. So does I think a lot of them. I think all of them need to get out there and improve. But Palipador then on the stock compound tyres. In fact, he's chose the medium compound tyres. He did set his best lap time on the softs, but he's gone on the medium. So I think he might want to commit to the medium tyres if he wants to. Still have time to head back in the pit lane and put on a brand new set. But we'll see what he does then.
Snell.
I think the Haas is out there.
Snell is really going for the mediums now. It's 4 minutes left. And he is going to stick with the mediums, trying to get into Q3 on them. It'd be great if he did. Starting on the mediums has its advantages and disadvantages with tyre wear advantage, also the crossover. But the softs on the first stint are very, very strong until about lap 12. They'll still go strong and fast to medium until around there. That's their disadvantages for mediums, and obviously more traction on the softs. And then on the softs you've got more strategy option for safety cars, because you can go from, you can probably box from softs to mediums on lap 8 and mediums will comfortably make it to the end with about 20% left to spare until punch territory.
Palipador in turn 1, he hit the inside curb on the sausage curb and that caused him to go off the track. He hasn't to validate, but he's just backing off. He might go for a second lap on those medium compound tyres, but we'll see what people do with the softs or mediums. What I do, I don't know, because I'm not really in any leagues that's got a long qualifying. I'm in short qualifying, so yeah. Obviously it's a very different approach to short and long because you've got lots of different options. In long qualifying, you obviously got a Q2. You could go for pole position, try and get the best starting point depending on what tyres you want as well. It has its disadvantages and the advantages on the mediums or softs there, with strategy options, softs being a very good tyre, and also the mediums as well on the second stint. Depends where the safety car comes out as well, because that can really benefit or disadvantage in your race as well. And look at that, both Ferraris getting each other slipstream there. That's very good teamwork, as Snell then has a 22.0, that's a decent first sector on those medium compound tyres. We head down into turn 5 there, gets back in the power, no sides of wheel spins, that's a very good exit there from Snell, very judging the throttle very nice there. Into this corner, taps that curve, has a bit of a moment coming out of there. You can see the rear just stepping out, then completely misses turn number 8.
Takes a wide line going into Craig Jones. I've never seen that before. Hits the apex nicely though, exit of that corner. Only 400ths up, well, 37 thousandths. Misses the curb on turn 13 as the... I don't know who that was, gets out of the way. But Dean finally sets his lap. Nice lap with a 16.7 on the softs. Let's just hope Snell can put in a good lap to secure him into Q3. It's going to be faster.
People.
Faster than just we. And Klein.
Looking at this tyre graphic, majority of people have got out the soft compound tyres. People like Tyler Pador, in fact his best lap time was on the soft compound tyres. So, but people who've set their best lap time on the mediums like Snell, Nicholas, but he's like the soft compound tyres. Yeah, so Snell there, down in P4, he's got to worry about the soft runners behind him. He's got about quite a few people, as Kai has got up into P2 with the soft compound tyres. So Snell then, I don't know if he wants to go for another lap. He looks like he's got enough fuel in the tank to go for another lap on those mediums. He can compromise another run there because the mediums don't wear out as much off the softs, obviously. But
no, he's not there for one.
Have to worry about those guys behind him. People like Toxic, Klein, CPI, Nicholas, Hackett, all of them behind.
Only 6 people need to beat him.
Indeed. Alright, we'll see then who's closest to the line first. We've got a Red Bull approaching the line. I think that's Hugh Connor. The driver that got in the wasn't in the way, but he was in the eye line of Snell. He makes his way towards the line, and it's going to be a 16.4. That's a very good lap time from Connor there at the top of the pecking order. We've got McLaren next across the line. That is going to be Ronnie Barker, who I don't know if he improved. He did improve, so I think he must have made a mistake on that lap. He's currently P12. That wasn't Ronnie, that was somebody else. That was his teammate. That was Toxic who started a flying lap. His teammate, however, is on the medium compound tyres very interestingly, so he's committed. He can't come back in the pit lane. So it looks like there's 5 seconds left to go. He could possibly be knocked out here if he doesn't improve.
Henry's invalidated. If everyone else sets another lap, Henry's only 2 tenths away from being knocked out of Q2, and he can't set another lap because he's just invalidated. And everyone else behind him is on softs.
Klein in the first sector, he's improved in the middle sector, so he lost a tenth in the first, but gained it back in the middle, and he's currently in P10, he's on the cusp of elimination. Nicholas is on a lap, he's in the first sector, he's just improving the first sector, so keep an eye on Klein and Nicholas. Ronnie Barker in P12, sadly he's been invalidated on those medium compound tyres, but Klein then makes his way towards the final corner with the DRS line approaching. What's it going to be?
It's going to be him. Henry's going to be absolutely clenching everything right now, hoping that someone invalidates. As Ronnie is out of qualifying, Leighton coming across the line. It is going to be Leighton to knock Snell out of qualifying.
Or Nicholas in P11.
And also Chiney. Will Chiney get knocked out as well? No.
Nicholas is on a good lap. Nicholas on a good lap to get into Q3.
Yeah, Nicholas is going through. Henry Snell just misses out on Q3. His first SBR race on his wheel and his first in Tier 2. But also, very, very luckily, Chiney Winey doesn't get knocked out. As Leighton looks like he messed up on the final few corners and invalidated. He was on for a good lap as well.
Everybody in the top 10 except Chiney Winey in P10 is on the soft compound tyres. I was about to say Snell is he is actually in a good position for a brand new set of tyres, but obviously Chiney Winey in P10 on the mediums, so he needs a good Q3 to get ahead of those soft runners, qualify as high as he can, because he's surrounded by all those soft runners there, so he'll be compromised at the start for a few laps. He needs to get into a rhythm really quickly, and let's see what position he can go up to in the race, or in Q3.
Yeah, but I think that is the most important qualifying session, I can't lie. Just at the back of the grid as well, it's not a good place to start in Portugal. It's, especially Sector 2, it's not an overtaking opportunities, not a lot. Sector 1 is where you want to overtake, and on the main straight. But they've got free tyre choice.
Lying down there, P13 will start P18, so more insult to injury there for him.
Most importantly, Chiney Winey has gone through to Q3 on the mediums, which he's going to be very delighted about, by 300ths into Q3. Just hair. But Snail, IDZ, Low Lion, Leighton and Brian are knocked out of qualifying. Brian didn't manage to set a time. I don't know what happened there. But now, on to qualifying 3 we go. And who is going to take pole position? That was the question, Jamie. My co-commentator is gone. Alright, it looks like, yeah, the Red Bull is the first to come out. No, he's not. We have 2 others in front of him, Alfa Romeo and a Haas, which is Pally. Or is it Pally? It is Pally and Busy. Busy is the first to come out, and as we do it here, or how I do it, the first person to go on a lap gets their lap done. It looks like we'll be busy to set his first lap in Q3. Reckon people want to be going for 2 runs on 2 fresh set of tyres depending on what they use. But ideally you want to be saving a fresh set of softs maybe at the end of the race if it's a safety car. Maybe get lucky.
Can make a big difference as well when it's late safety car appears. Everybody around you on the all mediums and you're on the softs.
I don't know what this penultimate corner is called. I don't know if it's called Segura or something like that. But Busy, the first to set his lap. DRS activated. Now on the main straight. As now he comes into turn 1 in about a moment into Primera. Misses the apex a bit but gets a decent exit now. The heavy braking zone into Lagos. Gets a nice corner, hits the apex, hits the yellow curb a tiny bit, but now good exit out turn 4. The sex time will be 21.9, one of the fastest we've seen in the sessions. Now into Tordi Vipe. Tight line. Now turn 7. Doesn't want to hit the curb. Stays in 7th gear. Rides that curb on the left hand side. Gets a nice exit out of Samsung. Now coming to Craig Jones. Touching the curb again. Now Portimao turn 10-11. Just hits the apex a bit. Turn 12, now turn 13, wants to hit this inside curb. Doing tiny lockup as expected. Very difficult corner now, penultimate corner. A bit later on the throttle than usual. Going along this curb now, wants to take a very tight line, hitting this curb. And it is going to be across the line, a 1:16.7. Not a bad lap for a banker.
Huge corner goes quickest by a tenth as well. Palapador in P3, they did that time in Q2, so 16.9 for him. We've got Kai making his way towards the line. We've got the Williams Adid in P4. Kai is going to be in P2 with a 16.7. 3,000 Jamie. Quicker than Busy in P2, so that's very close between those two. So that's, yeah, very early.
That's Klein the bossy. Because around 2/10 faster than Hugh Connor, the only no assist man in this league, I think. Don't quote me on that. Goes provisional pole with 8 minutes to go. Toxic Jesui goes a 10th behind of Klein into P2 with a 1:16.566.
P8 Chiny Winey made a mistake, and CPI Nicholas has invalidated, so those two there being out of sync as Hackam is in the pit lane, so he'll be out there soon, I think. But yeah, good lap time there from Klein Bossy. If he is on no line, that is a fantastic lap time with a 16.4. Toxic Jesui in P2, very good. What could have Ronnie Block done because I believe he had the pace. He was up there in the top 5 in Q1, but he decided to do those medium runs and it didn't quite work out for him, neither did Snell. So what could they have done if they got themselves to Q3? But yeah, Klein currently on pole then, and we'll see then what the other times will be so far as the drivers will go back in the pit lane and pop on their last set of soft compound tyres.
Everyone will go back to pits now. Then the final runs should be around the 3-minute mark, going into the 1-minute mark. Gives them time if they invalidate to go in for another run. Because Tyler, it doesn't really matter.
Nicholas on a run there. 21.8 is showing purple in the first sector.
That's a very good. That's a 10th faster, I think, than some sectors.
Be very interesting to see what he does through here, going towards turn 7 and 8, I think.
It's a very good corner. A nice flowing 2 corners there to take now into Craig Jones. Turn 10, 11, Portimao takes a wide line, swooping into the apex to get a nice exit. It's not a purple sector 2, it's a 51.7 split. Now a big lockup into turn 13. Wants to get a good exit now. Penultimate corner. We'll see. It's early on the throttle. That's good. Not running wide. We'll see what time he sets. Not a tight line. It's not bad. A 116.6, 2 tenths slower than Klein. It does put in P4.
Got China Winey on a lap in that middle sector, doing more than 1 lap on those set of softs as he made a mistake coming out. Well, I don't know what colour it was, but it was his first lap that he invalidated to made a mistake. See him a bit out of shape coming out of the close corner as we head into the last corner, turn 15 go. Take the tight slide through here, which he does do all the way to start finish straight. And now it's going to be a P7 with a 16.8 there. And we've got a few people such as Busy and Dean on their outlap, so very interesting what they do then. 5 minutes they came out, so I think they must have came out on that time just in case they made a mistake on their first lap on the last set, go for a second one like Chiny Winey and Nicholas has done on their first set. Let's go for flying lap now. It's the Hash driver Busy, so let's see what he does there. Approaching the line, reaching about 320 kilometers an hour on this straight. 315 for him, so breaks the 100 meter board. It's that inside curb there. Turn 3 flat out. Now coming into turn number 4, they're very important to get that right. Slow speed corner, traction, very important to break through here as well. Goes a bit wide, but does not invalidate crucially for him, so we're relieved of that. 1/10 up in the first sector alone, so that's a really good lap time already started for Busy. Slight lock up coming out of turn 5 there, or into turn 5 I must say. Now coming into turn number 6, turn number 7 here. Hit the inside curb, turn 8, very important to get the right line through there, otherwise you'll end up with a spin or invalidate on the exit. And coming through turn 9, Craig Jones, now turn 10 and turn 11, Portimao. It's that inside curve there, runs out wide of the exit, a bit too much. Oh, that's a shame for him then, Busy, but he's got 4 minutes to set another lap. The problem is, invalidated through there, it's very hard to save with the ERS, and plus the tyre temperature.
Yes, time.
Yeah, you already, with the tyre temperature as well in that middle sector, it could be even harder for that next lap because you haven't had time to cool your tyres down. So, and your ERS as well, because it's only 30% on this straight,
yeah,
so
especially.
Compromise.
He's got time to box. He's got time to box and go out for another lap on maybe a fresh set, maybe on the same set, but he wants to get back out again.
Oh, Dee's lost it coming out of turn 7 there, didn't hit the inside curb, but carried too much speed for the cars liking there, and sadly end up in the gravel. So
I don't think he'll have enough time to box and go out for again, but the tyre temperature's not going to be nice for now, but he's not having enough fun time today.
Nah, just carried too much speed through there, just couldn't slow the car down. And, yes, he's out of sync there in terms of others, but Hakim then is on the outlap. We didn't see him set his first lap, so I think he must have run out of soft compound tyres. Only has one set left heading into Q3, so we'll see what he does. The Aston Martin of Kai is out there on a lap somewhere. He's currently 1/10 up in the first set, so almost 2/10, so this lap is shaped up to be a really nice one if we can get it hooked up in these turn 10 and turn 11 corners. This didn't really hit the inside curve there, and let's see what he's going to set like. 2/10
This is going to be a good lap. Wants to keep it clean.
Turn 13, yep. Traction is really important through here as well. Gets a nice exit, coming into turn 14 here. Very easy to understand. You run out wide to use all of the track. He doesn't do that. Coming towards the final corner now in turn 15. He touches the inside curb. Some people have their different ways of taking it. As he comes across the line, it's P3 for him.
I've got a message on the stream saying, "Tell Jamie to stop talking so much and let me talk," from Ronnie.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Ronnie, I've been speaking a lot, mate. It's fine. Jesus. Alright. We're coming to the final laps now. Everyone on the outlap. No mistakes are allowed now from anyone as Hack goes into Lagos. I don't think Kai will get another lap in. Pallet, I think, messed up as well. 9 seconds down in time. Chiny Winey just going into Primera. Doesn't hit the curb like you're supposed to. Now into Lagos, wants to hit the apex nicely. He does. Gets a nice exit now into turn 4. Sector 1. Loses the car a tiny bit on that exit, but 21.8 at purple sector 1. We're seeing a lot of 21.8s recently. And the times are getting faster and more consistent, which is good to see. As now turn 7. Coming into Samsung turn 8. Wants to get a nice exit out of here. Runs on the curb nicely. Coming up to Craig Jones. Turn 9. Turn 10. Takes a optimal line. Nice exit is 4/10 up. Basically, no, he loses the car though. And cuts the whole corner, obviously by accident, but that is his chance has gone unless he can get on again. I want to see what Busy's split is. It's 3/10 up as well. And he is already 10th up on China, as in lap times. Purple sector 2. I want to see what he's going to do. Alright, Jamie, go on.
Yeah, he touched that inside curb in turn 13 as Connor goes quickest there. With a 16.1, so we're almost there in the 50s, but Busy heads towards the line, and this is a 60.3. He's on the front row along with Connor as the times start coming in. And where's Klein? He's currently in the middle sector, but he's a toe down. Is Klein? Kai? I didn't really see his middle sector, but apparently he's got purple, and he's coming towards turn 13 now. And now to turn 14, he needs to keep it nice and clean through here. Done 2 laps already on these set of softs, so these set of softs must be wearing out. As we're coming towards turn 15 then on the final corner, hooks that curb there. What's this lap time going to be? Is it enough for pole? And it's going to be a 16.4. It doesn't prove it. Keep it on toxic.
Yeah, wow, nearly 4/10 up. Coming into penultimate corner, takes the curb nicely. Wants a tight line. He could put this on pole. Is he going to put it on pole, the McLaren? He is going to put it on pole by 400ths in front of Hughes Connor. And Connor's not going to be happy about that on his debut for well, tier 2.
We've got Nicholas headed towards the line, and it's going to be a 16.2. Goes into P3, so takes the second row away from Klein in P5.
And there is your pole sitter Toxic Je suis, aka Ruben, as I know a lot of people expected him to be on pole and wanted him to be on pole as well. But Klein Bossy as well, the no-line man, P5 with a 116.3, very, very impressive. Hack not being able to set a lap time, very, very unfortunate for him. Chiny Winey, P9, Dean P8, Kai. One of the more surprising positions. I don't know if I don't think he likes this track or he hasn't got up to speed with it. But I know he absolutely dominated in Spain and was on the pace very, very much. But P7, let's hope he can make some positions in the race.
Just trying to figure out who that beating winner was and where he is. tiny whiny, yeah, medium runner in P9, so didn't really gain much in Q3 like you would have wanted, so he'll be behind the Sophos, but Hakim be interested to not set a lap time in P10, so he'll be in not a good position because the rest of the people will be behind on the medium compound tyres in a brand new set, so it'll be compromise from there, but good job to Yasui in P1 ahead of Connor. That was a good lap time, almost in the 15s from those guys, but so close. 16.1 is a really good time around here. I know Ronnie Barker, I think he practiced, he said he got a 16.1, but sadly he couldn't do it because he didn't get through on the medium compound tyres.
Yeah, well, we'll see now. Everyone wants to have a good, clean lap 1, maybe gain as many positions as possible. But you do not win the race on lap 1, just be clean and steady. And you'll be able to make positions along the way.
What do you think about this track in general, Pyro? Is it good for racing?
I enjoy it. I think it's good for racing.
I don't think it's on the calendar this year in F1. Imola is.
Yeah. No, it's not on the real F1 calendar. Don't know why.
Shame.
But to be fair, the 2 races that was there was pretty boring.
Have you seen the new point system? It's like the old point system back there before it was reintroduced in 2010. First 8 points, second 7 points, third 6 points. That's for the sprint race, of course.
Yeah.
The old point system's back in the sprint races. We only have 3 sprint races this year: Imola, Austria, and Brazil. Brazil and Austria are a good choice, but I'm not quite sure about Imola because, you know, it's not really a track that's easy to overtake.
Imola, you say Imola's not a good track to overtake. I'm excited to see Miami.
I meant it's hard to overtake, that's what I meant.
I'm very, very excited to see Miami. I think that's going to be a great race.
The one in USA? Oh yeah, of course it's in USA.
It's Miami. But
it's 2 races in USA.
Yeah, a double header in the night in the Middle East, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia for the 2 races, which is, I think it's going to be enjoyable.
Qatar, I hadn't seen that on the calendar this year.
No, it's not. It's, yeah, they did this year. They did it obviously last season. They're doing it from 2023.
Oh, I see.
Also, recent news as well. Australia. Yeah. Australia, I'm glad it's back on the track, back on the calendar. But in recent news as well, which I'm quite happy about, Bahrain's contract has been updated to 2036, which is
34. When it comes to that,
I mean, it's great. Another 14 years of Sakia. I'll be 28. No, 29. Jesus Christ. But yeah, can't wait to see this year's battle for the championship in real life F1, but let's focus on this battle in SBR Tier 2. As we see, oh yeah, Snell and IDZ got disqualified. Don't know what happened there.
Their tyres will be cold towards the grid then, especially on those medium compound tyres that don't warm up with softs. But talk about softs, Rayner in P15 has opted to go for the soft compound tyres, so let's see what he can do and how many positions he can gain being on those soft compound tyres. The only hard runner is down in P19, that is Michael down there in P19 along with our Hug.
Right, we didn't talk about the AlphaTauri car. Oh well. Let's get into the lights out. If you can go ahead and do it, Jamie.
Oh, alright then. So yeah, let's see what happens then. We're waiting for the 5 lights to go out for the first race of the season then. Low revs for everybody. That's the way they tend to start the race. and it's going to be lights out for the first race of the season. The second phase, it looks like Hughes Connor's got a really good start. Klein Boss has got a good start. Look at Nicholas and P3 as they go side by side into Tier 1 then. Look at that. We kind of have to go off the track because there's not enough space.
Wow,
but down here side goes back Hughes Connor into Turn 3. They go a bit of understeer for him, being heavy fuel. But Toxic Jesus takes the lead in the race away from Hughes Connor. And who was that? That's a Mercedes of Hackman down there on the
Aichi Hack spinning from Turn 3 and Turn 4. I think Aichi did hit the back of our hug. As I just want to see the back.
Oh.
Now
Dean almost lost it, mate. Coming out of Turn 5. I think he's dropped 2 positions. He lost traction coming out of Turn 5.
Going side by side with AlphaTauri as well. AlphaTauri going down the inside. He's trying to wide on the mediums. Want to make as much distance as possible as taps the back of Snell. Almost spinning himself and Snell. But now Dean capitalises on Snell's medium choice. Oh, side by side, and that's Dean spun. And also hits China. I didn't ghost. I don't know what happened there. It looks like Dean and Snell came together a tiny bit. Snell pushing him onto the curb and just having a massive spin. I think contact with Chinese as well, sending him onto the gravel on the Portimao corners.
That's very interesting first lap then, as Toxic Use did a fantastic job to maintain the lead of the race. Did get pushed off the track, obviously there's no space into turn 1 for both of them to go through, but he still maintains the lead.
And Chinese has damage, he does. Chinese got right front wing damage and has to box. Same with Gamer, also boxing. I think Dean will as well, and Aichi does not. So 3 people already gaining damage, but the front runners, Jesui looks to be on the pace massively compared to
Pyro. I just noticed that 3 drivers went off the track in turn 1, second, third, fourth and fifth, so they're going to watch out.
Yeah,
but
I saw.
Busy trying to go around the outside, but can't quite do it. They get Switchback just to get a better exit.
They're going to go side by side through turn 6. Oh, don't end in tears. Into Samsung. No one wants to spin here, otherwise could be disqualification. As they both get similar exits as Kai. Actually, let's have a look at the position changes. The most is low line from P18 to now P11. Not bad. Also, Mike from P19, the quali ban. Starting on hard as well, actually. That's something.
Good progress so far for him. But Hackam down there, P15 on the sauce from P10 to P15. But Rayner didn't really benefit off this line with the soft tyres. He needs to start moving up while he's still got the chance of those soft compound tyres. Yeah, loads of fastest starts coming in, as you expect.
The only ones not to move positions. But now they just want to stay in DRS. Yeah, the overshot view was very nice. I could see everything. But also, a massive thing on this track is penalties. You don't want any penalties, especially how tight this grid is. Everyone's going to be within 3 seconds of each other. And it's quite noticeable when you can get a penalty. As Pali's already got one, Arhug and Aichi's have got one already in the first of 3 laps. As Pali gets another one.
Palabador at P7 there, started P6 behind his teammate who's up into P4, so he's made good progress. Has Klein got a good start, did Nicholas as well, because I saw them arriving behind the top 2. He's got Busy right behind him, Busy trying to move down at turn 5, but obviously you only want to go through that corner, not side by side, because it's such a tight
there's a spinner. That's Rayner has retired on the exit of turn 11, a very tricky corner. Is it going to be any safety car? You can see his car there on Aichi's on board, hit the wall. That's not a great start for Rayner to this season. But it will not be a safety car or a virtual safety car. It looks like to be just enough off track, as the car will get moved off, obviously.
They're all close behind each other, this massive DRS train. I think Clyde's the closest one of all of them, but he's too far behind Nicholas as well.
And Pali's got no wing on the exit of turn 4. A very, very tricky corner. He just loses out and he's got full red wing damage. Hopefully gets out the way of the cars behind, as he does. Respectful man.
Yeah, there's no point wasting any time trying to hold up people, because you're never going to lose it with that.
But it's the top 6 in a DRS train. And that's low line. Oh, that is on the that's on Samsung.
Spun again?
He might get disqualified. I don't think he will. I think he's going the right way now. That is very, very lucky not to get disqualified from this race. But it will keep on going on the mediums, but yeah. The mediums don't have a good start. We all said. I need to take it careful now so it doesn't spin again. Exit these corners.
Touched that inside curve which caused him to spin.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just a tricky section itself. But
again,
are we going to see any moves into turn? I won't say go for it in turn 1 unless you're fully alongside and can get ahead without going side by side into turn 1.
We're here now.
Lose too much time.
At turn 1 into Primera. As kind of things get a 1 in there, but it's a top 6 battle right now. Everyone's in this DRS train. Everyone wants to overtake. But it's just where to overtake and not lose time to the cars in front, so you still have that DRS so you don't get re-overtaken. As Lowline, just to add to the wound, gets a 5-second time penalty and does retire in the pit lane. Very, very unlucky and unfortunate for Leo there to the start of the season, but I'm pretty sure he will pick it back up in the next coming rounds.
We've got a good battle going on for P11 there. Our Hugs just lost 2 positions in 2 corners because Malk got ahead and Hakim tried to go down. He has had a Malk into turn 5, but not enough space. Yeah, sorry about that, like. Huge corners right behind Jesus.
Another spin?
Turn 1.
No. Random yellow flags coming out, but yeah, this battle for P11, Mike, Hack and Hug will carry on for a bit. It's just like there's little groups right now just battling it out for their positions, but the top 6 is where probably we want to be right now, as overtakes could happen at any moment. And the straight line speed setups as well.
Look at that, huge corner got good overspeed on Jesus, but it's too far back to turn 1. Look at Snell down there, P7, highest medium runner so far, looking good for him. Down there, following the medium train.
Yeah, just carrying his teammate and IDZ with the mediums, just in there, his DRS, helping his teammate out. As also, we see the only person to really save the RS is Klein. I'm seeing everyone on lower than 50%, especially Ronnie IDZ, and Brian less than 20%. Same with Mike, he would want to be. Aiche as well. Dean on nearly less than 10. But ERS is such a big factor. Busy now less than 20%.
When you're behind someone, it's much more easy to save it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't explain why. I know how it works, but I really can't explain why it's easy to save. But when you're on your own, you just can't save it. Maybe it's because
you brake crashes are easier.
Yeah. Brake earlier, save that extra ERS. Client's on 100% ERS, so he's in a really good position. But I want to mention that
because of the straights. What's that, Connor?
Connor lost it coming out turn 4 the lap previously, so he was lucky not to get overtaken by Nicholas. He managed to get back there as quickly as he can. But
as Kai makes the overtake on Busy. That's surprising. I'm guessing, yeah, he used about 20-30% ERS, but there's the penalty. And no one wants, especially in this situation where he's battling top 5. Maybe even a podium position, but he gets that penalty and that's just slipped away. I think with the ERS thing, because you're behind someone, you get that DRS on the straights, and you use the most DRS in straights. So I think that's where you're mostly going to gain it back, maybe.
Let's see if Snell can close down the gap, because he was 2.5. We've got another retirement. That's the
telemetry's on.
Safety car. Yeah, safety car is deployed. So I wonder what these software is going to do.
They could box to mediums. It's lap 7, yeah, they could actually box the mediums and make it to the end.
Tyre wears particularly not too bad around here.
It's not that bad. No, it's not that bad. So I think they'll have a few, maybe 10-20% to spare before punch territory, but if I was them, I would definitely box to mediums. Right now, as Jesui goes in, Connor goes in, Nicholas goes in, Klein goes in, Kai goes in, Busy also goes in. Obviously the medium runners are going to stay out, which is not shocking at all, except for Brian does go in. Brian has to go to the hards. Mike obviously stays out. Ahug goes in. Hack goes in, obviously. I think Dean will stay out. But now that medium runners are promoted to the lead, as Henry don't overtake that safety car. otherwise he'll get disqualified. But that's helped the soft runners out quite a bit actually. Unless the mediums can pull a gap. I would box the mediums. 1,000 softs right now, yeah.
Yeah, hard
easily
tires.
Make it to the end.
Fear for those hard runners. I think, yeah, it can definitely go to the end, of course. But what about
the only
grip?
time, no, the grip. Well, personally, I've raced the track a lot recently, with no ABS as well. But with no ABS, your front left will be significantly higher by about 20% than your other tyres. With the lockups and the turning on your left front tyre, they're about 20% higher. So my left front went about to 80%, while my other tyres on about 50-60%. But most of these guys using ABS, I think they should be fine. With ABS, it's easily make it here. But I know a few of these guys are using an ABS, but it will be difficult for them to go to the end, especially with puncture risks.
It's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment, not something I've seen for a long time. When was the last Ferrari 1-2? It was like Singapore 2019, wasn't it?
It was when Vettel won.
Vettel, Leclerc, then Verstappen in P3, that was a good podium. Yeah, Ferrari's last win, Singapore 2019, hopefully they can win one this year. And then McLaren got their first win since 2012 Brazil, but yeah, I really hope it'll be, being a Ferrari fan, I really hope they can be on top again, or near the top like they were in 2017 and 18, but two good, fantastic drivers, Leclerc and Sainz. I can't wait for this season, can you?
I know. While this safety car's happening, not much to talk about. I think it will be in this lap, so let's talk about the liveries for this season.
Aston Martin, I think, is one of the best ones.
It is one of the best ones. McLaren is top notch. It is so nice, and the AlphaTauri that's just come out, it's so good.
Yeah, I prefer the McLaren.
They've really improved this year. I don't even like the look of the cars as well. These next generation cars, they look really nice. They do look really nice. But I think I don't think anything can beat the 2008 to 2016 cars, to be honest.
Start of a new era as well. 2014, we know Mercedes was dominant, and Williams was there as well. Red Bull had mechanical engine failures and mechanical reliability. That's the word, reliability problems. But they
the Renault engine with the Red Bull. Oh no! All right, let's get back into this then with the safety car in this lap. Snell 4-5, 3-5, leading the safety car. Obviously wants to tell his team if they're in a party when he's going and wants to get that jump on IDZ, Mike, and Toxic, especially Toxic Just We. He is in the net P1 right now. He will make it to the end on these tyres if he wants to. Same with Connor, Nicholas, and Klein and Kai. They've not lost positions. Busy. The only one to lose positions is actually no one. But Snell spun at the start.
I've seen somebody do that before. Oh, that's a massive shame for him.
Oh no! Snell's done the safety car restart spin.
Hopefully
can we name him SBR Bottle Job now instead of me? Remember I did it in Spain in VRL, whatever league it is.
That was so close to contact. Kai almost lost traction coming out of turn one.
Kai's losing positions.
He did lose traction coming out of turn one. He almost hit Kai.
I think he's got damage. He's going really wide there. His Hack gets a fist and time penalty. Just kind of damage. I can't tell.
I'm not quite.
It doesn't have end plate damage, but I think he might have a little bit of damage. But we'll see now. This close runners up as Mike is going to be aggressive on Connor. Oh, just losing the car a tiny bit as he gets jumped by his teammate Nicholas. But Mike has been very aggressive. That could have ended really badly if he did hit the retire of Connor. Connor would not have been happy.
Both were different strategies, so Connor would have wanted to overtake him as quickly as he possibly could, and he made it easy for his team. And Nicholas into P5 just swept through like that, and now he's on the back of both McLaren and so on.
Now the McLaren 2 and 3, nearly a 1-2. It's just Leighton in between them. We'll go to the back of the grid now. What's happening? Oh, there's a massive battle from P12, and there's a massive crash as well. And that is Pally out of the race. That should be another safety car. That is a massive crash. At the back of the grid from P12 to P17. All of them battling, going, I think it was 3 or 4 wide going through the penultimate corner. And 2 made contact. Aston Martin got in there. Pally hit the back of Aston Martin. If you go, Jamie, if you go back on my stream and look at that, I got the whole POV there. Oh my! Yeah. Then Snell came in, dodging everything, and Pally turned left, losing the car, and hit Snell and lost his wheel. That is really, really unfortunate for everyone. I think Snell got more damage as well.
He's on the softs, 22 laps. Well, obviously with the safety car period as well. But I saw that was
oh my god!
Too many things happened there. I was on board with somebody's rear wing and just saw all of it unfold when you said there was a massive battle going on there. So I'll look back at the stream and see what happened. But yeah, this safety car was really not helping the medium starter runners and the hard runners, was just reducing their laps. They have to gain back to try and make that one stop work on those mediums. Obviously it will work mediums to soft, but they don't want the safety car here. They want to just push as hard as they can and go on the soft compound tyres and regain all that lost time back.
As we see, unfortunate decision by Lowline. He has left the league after his DNF.
Already?
Yeah. Oh god. 22 more laps. How long is that going to take?
Oh, Roddy Barker is in the pit lane. I'm not quite
What's
sure.
What's he going to go to then?
He could drop to last place.
He's going to go to hards, right? He'd have to go to hards.
Would, he is. Williams is in the pit lane of Dean's getting rid of those medium compound tyres to go for another set of those mediums. I'm not quite sure if he went outside the top 10 during qualifying. Dean. Yeah, it was at the top 10 when he joined qualifying, so he could go medium, obviously, choose a different tyre compound from the softs. Channing Winey on the soft compound tyre, the only one, because Snell decided to go on the mediums. He thinks those tyres will go to the end on those soft compound tyres, unless he did start the mediums, of course. It don't matter, yeah. He's on the back on another set of mediums. He had to choose another set of tyres so he could make that one tyre compound. Choosing more than one tyre compound, 2 different compounds, yeah.
But this safety car's helping everyone but the medium runners that started on the mediums. Like I said, this is going to come around. Like I did say before the race started and before qualifying started, the softs have got so much more strategies to go on to if you start with the softs. But now nearly just 21 more laps left. And this safety car will be in this lap. It should be, yeah, it is. As Leighton leads everyone from the safety car. Let's hope he doesn't do what his Ferrari teammate did on the last restart. Warming up the tyres, everyone is being bunched together. And we are going to get underway in a few moments' time for the second restart on a safety car this race. As you see everyone going across the line in sector 3. When's he gonna go? We'll go on board with Connor, and he's gonna go now. Let's see who gets a jump on anyone. Will anyone got a good start? I think everyone got an equal start. Besides, oh no! IDZ spun! He has spun on them hard compound tyres, and he was at the front as well. Was he the front? No, he wasn't at the front, he boxed before. No, he spun, just going onto them hards, literally the last lap and dropped to last place beforehand, I know, and has already spun. Right, it's not great for the McLaren driver, but Leighton has got a very good restart, already about 6 tenths ahead. No, 7 tenths now, 7.5 tenths. Connor just behind Jesui with Nicholas, and Mike behind Klein, busy. Everyone, and there's a side-by-side with Hack and Arhug makes the overtake. or defends the position. I don't know which way around it was. Everyone looking to make positions. Alright, it's Kai dropping places again, not a great start. As there's a spin, Shiny Line's been clipped by Gamer and is onto the grass. And they'll go side by side through Portimao, turn 11.
I'm intrigued to know why Mark didn't go in the pits at P5 because he's on the hardcore tyres. He can switch to hards immediately to make it to the end. So
yeah,
he decided to stay out there on those hardcore tyres.
They go to the softs at the end. They could work better. Also, another safety car could happen.
Probably, but they look how busy using the EOS to try to get past Klein. Side by side now. Look at Klein's got 40% more EOS compared to him. Make our way to turn 1 then, and let's hope it ends.
Klein a bit gone wide.
Goes off the track.
Side by side still going through Lagos. Klein wants to get the switchback. Better exit on turn 4 maybe. Wider line, nope. No better exit. Busy gets the overtake done. Don't know if that's a bit of push off track, but as Snell now going down the inside on Dean. Push him a tiny bit wide. Now going side by side into turn 7 now. Gets pushed a bit wide. Now they're going to go side by side through Samsung as well. Oh no! There's been a tiny bit of contact between them two. But yeah, going side by side through there is never a good idea. But it was good racing until that part.
Go down the inside into Portimao ahead of Arthur. You don't really see overtakes there unless you're very close.
You don't. We don't see any more battles going on for positions. Don't think there is. Just close racing right now. Just single file racing at the moment as Leighton's getting away from Connor. And Jesuit's getting away from Connor, but Nicholas is also falling a bit behind when using that ERS, as everyone's getting low on the ERS now. Nobody above 60% besides who was it? Klein. Klein is the one of them only saving the ERS at the moment, throughout the whole race as well. But now DRS is activated. So Jesuit will be able to keep very much closer to Leighton, not let him get away with this race. As side by side goes Gamer and the Red Bull of Brian, as just a bit pushed wide, just forcing that overtake on the exit by Gamer. Brian has to lose out. Also hard compound compared to medium compound. Obviously, you know he's going to come out on top on that.
Like Dan and P5 doing a very good job on those hard compound tyres, being very old.
Our tier 2 champion last season, quite dominant when he joined the league. So he's going to have to hope for another safety car, because these top 4 are going to make it to the end, especially Nicholas on the hards. Doing well to keep up with the medium runners actually.
Yeah, that's very true indeed.
Again, just no ERS from Leighton. He's used everything less than 10%. Jesuit's going to see that light flashing. DRS is activated, plus a lot of ERS. He's going to go down the inside on Primera. Turn 1, and does get the overtake done with that help of DRS and ERS advantage. But now he's on no ERS, and now Leighton will be able to attack him. Going into Torre Vibe, maybe. The DRS, I don't think the DRS is long enough. But Leighton has made up 11 positions, technically 12 positions when it was P1, and that is his P2. There's no like nets or anything. As Busy gets past Mike on the hards.
Kai overtook Brian as well, and he moved up into P10.
Yeah, mediums against hard again. Brian's not doing too good on them hard tyres, but he's looking quite comfortable. Just obviously they're going to be faster. As also Chiny Wine and the softs behind him will probably get past. In Portimao going to go down the inside. No, he's going to think more sensible of it and maybe get the better exit. Coming into turn 12 now. Maybe go down the inside on turn 13. He is not going to. He's going to stick his nose in a bit. Try to scare Brian into a mistake, which is very smart and sensible. He will not get the overtake done. Maybe on the straight.
Connor has to get past Leighton, otherwise he'll lose too much time to use.
Connor using everything. Is he gonna go down the inside? He is gonna do it. Here's the curb.
Just hits that curb.
That is not good. But just pushes Leighton off track, which isn't the best of moves to do. That could be something that Leighton doesn't want to get. As Dean does retire in the pits, unfortunately, and leaves the session. That is his race over. Well, next up on the list to overtake Leighton, if he can, is Nicholas. He does have very good pace. Just moved down from tier 1 because of availability issues. But hopefully he can keep up with everyone as Connor goes really wide on Samsung. There's just a little battle going on between 11th, 10th and 19th, the Aston Martins versus AlphaTauris. And also Snell.
Just like a really good battle between those guys.
There is a spin. There's a spin. Who's that?
Retired AI.
Oh, it's the AI of Dean. Thought so. As Ronnie, I think Ronnie is just boxed as well onto soft tyres. Has he? No, 3 laps ago. Never mind. That's the start of the safety car. Something.
He spun at the safety car restart.
Yeah, he did. He was in the back already. Because he boxed, but Nicholas just about keeping up, using a lot of ERS to try to keep up with. Ooh, big snap, hitting that inside curb, but Busy is the next on the list. Well, just on the list to overtake Nicholas on the hard tyres, but Mike falling a bit behind everyone, as going wide on turn 4. Klein also on the hards, didn't realise that, but now Hack will be joining the battle of Chinese Kai and Gamer, so will Klein. So we'll see a nice little battle between these few in a few moments.
You've got to mention Klein's ERS as well, despite him being on his own at the moment with guys behind him.
Yeah,
still 80%
he has got
ERS.
that setup of ERS management.
Fantastic, that's why Hacker was struggling to overtake, because he's got like 13%.
I think if any of us did that, was just like sat there with our normal setups, would be on 2%. But that is really good by Klein to save all that ERS, and he's not lost a lot of time either. Well, to Mike
China
anyways.
They'll go side by side into turn 14, but China Wide is ahead.
Snell has joined the battle. So it's a battle from P7 to P12. All of these guys, as China Wan is on 0 ERS, so is Kai, so is Gamer, and so is Hack. So Klein has got a massive advantage on ERS, over 70% on everyone. As Snell gets a penalty, as everybody from P8 and down has a penalty. We'll see them penalties right now. What penalties is it? Hack on 8 seconds, Gamer 5, Kai 6, Snell 3, Chinese 3, everyone else on 3. So that isn't great from the back runners. As who's going side by side? No, Snell's gonna try to get a better exit on Kai. As Kai's... Who went off track? No one. Side by side for turn 7 and through Samsung now. Snell didn't have a good time doing this, but he is behind Kai, so he has got a better opportunity, but did not get the job done at this opportunity. But actually no, he did get past China. China is on the soft tyre. Quite surprising.
I want to say Leighton's doing a good job at P3, keeping up with leaders despite with all the medium compound tyres as well. Peter's overtaken
What's going on there? Yeah, finally has. But did Nicholas let him go? Because now Nicholas has got DRS. Overtake Busy. Busy goes very defensive on the dirty line. But yeah,
nah, he's backed off. You don't want to go
he's backed off again. So I think Busy used all ZRS. Nicholas is on 0, Mike on 0 as well. Klein is the only one in this. Klein's the only one in the race above 20% ERS. Besides Ronnie, who's at the very back. He's on 22.
Plenty to play for Klein there. He's just very good at saving them. I'm not quite sure how.
He's got that setup, I think. As Snell gets past Kai on Tory Vipe. And now into Samsung, he's going to be catching these drivers in front quite a bit. But Klein is just... Still, he's defending on the straights. He has pace on the hards, and he has the ERS to defend on the straights. He doesn't even have DRS. Klein has absolutely everything to play for.
He's lost it now. He's lost his wheel. That could be a safety car. Got to be a safety car. That's in the place.
It is the third safety car. And now, will the top runners box to softs? That is the main question right now.
Later will, for sure. He definitely will.
Connor, Leighton, into the pits, onto softs. As Leighton almost makes an overtake in the pits. It's almost a Ferrari Vettel.
Yeah,
that was almost amazing, but the AI just made Connor go in front. But amazing by Leighton to dodge that. As yet, the soft tyres are getting put on. Everybody besides Kai. Kai has got track position. How many tyres? What the age? 12 laps. Obviously they'll make it to the end. Maybe, I don't know. But he's got 9 seconds of penalties, which I don't think are going to get removed because they are track limits. But Toxic this week keeps the net lead of the race with that 9-second time penalties from Kai after boxing. But now this is all to play for. But Nicholas actually boxes onto the medium compound. Same with Klein, and Chinese also on mediums. And Hack on mediums. I'm guessing they had no fresh softs left. As Ronnie makes his box onto the softs. He's going to be hoping for a comeback. This is his redemption for what happened at the safety car restart.
Kai there will be under massive pressure with those soft runners behind him, so it's not going to be easier for him at all. He wanted to take the track position than the new tyres, but Toxic Jesus has to get past him very quickly before he gets held up by him, while Connor and the rest of them will be on the back of the third safety car. Roddy and all that will be able to catch up before it comes in. He's quite far behind as well. He made another pit stop, of course, in a brand new set, but he'll have time to catch up, I think. He's currently in the middle set, so everybody's on the straight, but into the pits goes Kai.
He's lost another 5-second time penalty. Not another one. Will that get taken off, actually? One of the 5 seconds.
He sped in the pit lane.
No, it doesn't get taken off, but that's 14 seconds of penalties.
Ouch.
I think that
serve it in the pit lane if you want to, so take another pit stop and serve it there, because you can do that.
Yeah, you can. I think that's inevitably, that's Kai's race over.
Any sort of brand new set of tyres, of course, will get swallowed by the field with old versus new tyres.
Yep. The top 6, everything to play for here. Will the mediums be on, will have more pace by the end of the race on the softs? Or will the softs just be too quick for everyone to handle? But this is unfortunate for Klein. He's done so well to save 80% ERS every single time over the race. Everyone else on less than 20. Idiot. We're fine, we'll make it.
Who do you think is going to win this race, Pyro?
I don't know, it's everything to play for between the top 4, especially in the softs. But as we'll see, will we see another spin under the safety car from that happened to Ronnie and Snell, as he said. As everyone's getting a bunch. See some people going side by side for this penultimate corner now. As I'll go on board with what should I go on board with? I'll go on board with Nicholas, since he's a front medium runner, and we'll be able to see all the soft runners battling. I'll go on board busy, actually. But when is Jesui gonna go? That is the main question. He's gonna go late, or is he gonna go? He is gonna go late. It's gonna go now. It's a good restart, especially by Leighton as well. Right on the back of Connor already, just on his rear axle. Connor, do not move left. Connor, do not move left. Connor's moved left and pushes Leighton a bit off as Busy gets caught up as Nicholas goes side by side into Lagos. Sounds like the same Brazil there. And then with Busy now turn 4 side by side with Busy. As gets the overtake done. No, still side by side. Now going to Tori Vike. As I don't think that'll be any moves done. As oh no, Leighton does go down the inside. As there's a few going side by side in this medium field. This is where to look at. Side by side through turn 6. Now going through turn 7. Into turn 8, the Red Bull and the AlphaTauri just side by side a bit. The AlphaTauri loses the car. Luckily doesn't make any contact, but behind them is still a massive battle. As Gamer makes the overtake on Hack. Kai makes the overtake on Hack as well. The two Aston Martins making positions off the start. Mike losing positions on the soft tyre.
Oh, big crash between Hack and Kai. They're both in the wall together.
Oh no. And that is 2 cars gone. Hack still spinning after really hot tyres. Doesn't know which way to go. That is really unfortunate for the back runners, but we move back on to the front and the midfield. Single file now as Brian. Yep, Brian makes an overtake on China. Again. Klein, the only one to be saving ERS once again.
He needs to start using it.
Klein does need to use it, especially on the straights. This is the time to use it. If he can save it easily like this, he needs to start using it.
I need to ask him how he's doing it, because it's just a miracle. But look at that.
I think it's just yourself, man.
Busy go down the inside of Nicholas.
Side by side again.
On the softs. Nicholas on the softs. That's the other way around. Sorry. Busy on the softs, Nicholas on the mediums, and Nicholas stays ahead.
Through Samsung
It's all over the back of a huge corner. He almost lost it without 8 there.
See anything else? Brian trying to make an overtake. Oh, Clyde gets his freezing time penalty. That's his advantage gone on the people behind.
Look at the Aston Martin P12 game. It will move up a lot of positions the way it's going with the penalties. P12 like to P6 if he stays in that train. Literally. I think DRS will be enabled next lap, so we'll see more.
I think this lap actually.
Taken.
I think it will be this lap.
Should be.
Yeah, 3 lap on the tyres. No? Okay.
Yes,
next
DRS
lap.
enabled.
Is it? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
oh, actually. Just so side by side with Nicholas and Busy, I think Nicholas just stuck it round the outside and stayed there. Good overtake as Klein and Brian going side by side. As Charney just about getting into it, as Charney will send it down the inside on the soft runner. Brian on the Red Bull, not hitting Klein luckily. Now side by side, same with Mike and Arhug side by side. Mike just leaving not enough room on the track there.
Nicholas's defender is fantastic. He's done 2 laps the same now.
He is a very good driver.
He's on the medium, so he'll be less likely to win the race. Been on those medium compound tyres, of course, but it's fantastic.
I like seeing.
He's going to go down the inside.
I like seeing these different lines that everyone's taking on this Portimao turn 10 11. Wide lines, tight lines, optimal lines in the middle. But it's just, if someone goes wide line and someone goes tight line, they're just going to come together on the apex.
Yeah, that's true.
Nearly sounded Leighton and Connor. Leighton might be setting a move here on Connor. He is slipstream. Connor does not have the slipstream on, as Connor's already flashed. I don't think he'll go for a move. Jesui is going to be defending for his life soon, but I've saved up ERS. More than everyone else anyways. Did Nicholas just get a penalty? I think he did.
Well, later tried down the inside here. Turn 5 breaks later, of course, and the Red Bull goes a little bit wide. Leighton then, on the acute angle, struggles with traction, whereas Hughes Connor can pin it and stays ahead in second place. But somebody spun down there? I don't know, I think he's just lost a lot of positions.
Actually,
Brian's been overtaken.
I think we're going to have a nice battle with Kai and Hack here, actually. Going onto the main straight. As Leighton picks up his freezing time penalty.
Oh, dear.
He might be just ahead of Busy's freezing time range.
Busy,
just to
Busy
keep it.
Get a penalty.
Kai's the fastest lap. I think he is just outside of the 3 second range to Leighton. So, but Leighton's Leighton's P2 or P1 chances have gone at the moment unless someone spins. Any more battles going on? We might see a move from Brian, but Brian's not going to have a lot of straight line speed, really, to be honest. Also, Klein defending as well, but not using any ERS to try and defend this position. He's a very, very smart driver. Klein is one of the smarter drivers that I've raced with and raced against.
I wish I was smart like that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There he is. It turns on the ERS for okay, less than 2 seconds.
Oh, look at the Alpine go down the inside of Chiny Whitey, sorry. They go side by side, and Chiny Whitey
Mike
has
is
to go off the
making
track.
moves. Yeah, and blocks off that inside line, so China doesn't go on the inside. Actually, yeah, IDZ and Ahug just about moving on. But again, let's just have a look at this. The ERS counter again. Nobody above 30% other than Klein and the back runners of Kai and Hack. But Klein needs to use it. He needs to use it on Brian. Especially coming onto this thing. Especially onto this straight. Any moves that could go on. Connor, I don't think it's Jesui was on 30% ERS 2 seconds ago. As Leighton pushing Connor through that Primera turn 1. Now into Lagos. Oh, Leighton losing the car tiny bit, but saves it nicely.
Connor's gotta be careful because he went off the
Leighton's
track.
gonna go down the inside, sticks his nose in, makes Connor go off the racing line, but they've ghosted through each other, and that keeps Connor in front.
Look at that midfield battle there, it's so tight between like 7
It
down
is,
to...
side by side, Mike getting the move on Klein. We'll see this from China Wanny's POV, as Mike brakes. China Wanny, look at, I think he's getting damage off of that. As I think that is Kai spinning. Oh yeah, there's a massive battle, a 4-way battle, maybe a 6-way battle going on. As IDZ is going to go down the inside on China in Portimao, turn 10 and turn 11.
Gamer spun.
Did he hit Ahug? Oh, he's reset to track.
Yeah, he did.
Gamer has reset to track. Which is an immediate 5-second time penalty.
Did he get caught doing it?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Ah. If you're gonna do it, don't get caught.
But that is, even with the 5-second time penalty, that is Gamer's chance ruin of even getting points, I think, at the moment, because he had no penalties and everyone else has penalties in front. As we see Mike now DRS and 0 ERS down around the outside of Klein, but Klein happily keeps that position with hitting that curb as well. But Mike is probably getting frustrated now being on the softs, and the softs are wearing out. But I think he will go for a move down the inside on Torre Vipe.
Oh, Leighton gets on the curb there, tries to go down the inside of Connor, but it's not happening.
As Mike makes the move on Klein. Klein does a switchback, but Mike just on the softs is just so much better grip.
Yeah, Leighton's lucky not to pick up a penalty because they literally cut the inside curb in turn 5.
Yeah. He probably got one of that.
Still got a chance of a podium for Busy. He's 2.6 seconds behind Leighton.
He does, yeah, around that, yeah. He does have a chance for a podium here.
It's very interesting.
He's
you see a lot of flashing lights on the straight.
He's only about 3/10 off of a P2 as well. I'll check the leader gap. Gap to leader. 3.8 to Toxic Jesui. He only needs 3/10 to get... Oh no, conduct of penalty, what man about? Never mind. Who's got fastest lap? Kai, okay, yeah. Busy just don't want to pick up a penalty now. I saw him go wide at turn 1. We'll go back to this midfield battle. It goes from, yeah. Oh, IDZ down the inside of Klein. Wants to make that move. Ronnie leaves a lot of space for Klein. That is very respectful from Ronnie. But I think Klein might lose another position to Ahug maybe. No, he will not. Ahug is going to think more of it and not go down the inside.
He's lost his end plate, I believe. Oh, I can't see his end plate. Yeah, he has. He just hit the back of Chiny Whitey because they both moved to the right hand side to try and overtake or defend from each other.
Has he lost his end plate?
Yeah.
He has. I see it now. Ahug does have wing damage, but Chiny Whitey does want to get past Klein. See the moving line switching a lot as Chiny Whitey just... Okay, China nearly hits the back of Klein as Gamer picks up his penalty, and that was coming. No penalty equals penalty later on in the race. But Klein has lost a couple of positions. What's happening to Leighton? Jesui is keeping his gap just so Connor can't overtake him. Connor on 0 ERS, so is Leighton. As they're going to go side by side through all of this, and Leighton just overtake off track.
It's going to be a legal overtake, surely.
I don't know, this game's just weird. But he has a penalty anyways, I think Connor's going to let it slide, but Connor will be looking for that win though. Jesuit's going to get away with it, because Connor's going to get held up by Leighton maybe. Unless Leighton's just absolutely rapid. But Busy, I think Busy might get this. Yeah, he will get the P3. He should, I think. No, maybe not anymore, because now Leighton's got clean air-ish. Slipstream behind Jesuit, and he will have DRS and not being held up by Connor. As Nicholas gets his another penalty. Kai gets a penalty as well now. Another one.
1, 2, 3 drivers have a penalty, which is Busy, Hughes, Connor, and Jesuit in P1. So those 2 drivers there play 1, 2, 3 if it stays like this. But Busy needs to stick within that 3-second gap between himself and Leighton. Move on to straight again. Toxic Jesuit moving to the right hand side, just trying to break the slipstream. Is Leighton close enough on this occasion? Look at that, he might go for it. It's turn 1, he's close enough this time.
On the penultimate lap of this race, Leighton makes an overtake, but Jesuit goes back down the inside on Lagos. But Jesuit's gone for another switchback. Has DRS on Leighton and will have to be forced round the outside at Torre Vip. But there goes Connor! No, he didn't get it. Connor didn't get it. He had the switchback right there.
Jesuit almost lost it.
This is Connor's chance to overtake Jesuit now, but he's the third man in the DRS stream, which is not good.
This is intense, isn't it, Pyro?
Jesuit looks... What?
It's intense, isn't it?
You know. But Leighton might be able to pull away. Jesuit looks to be struggling on the softs and just don't have a lot of traction. If they get penalties, it's over.
Busy has overtaken Nicholas up into P4, so it's in that 3-second gap, I believe.
Liam Hater, alone watching this on Valentine's Day. It's okay, mate.
Yeah, me too. I'm watching alone on Valentine's Day as well.
You're commentating alone on Valentine's Day, mate. Not alone, I'm here.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's got no EOS as Hughes Connie. He's on 0%, literally on
so
0%.
On the top 3 are on 0%.
Nicholas has overtaken
Busy
back.
If Connor wants to win this race, he has to get past Jesuit. Oh, Busy gets a penalty.
No! Oh.
But I think, no, but Nicholas does have 6, I believe. Yeah, he does. But Busy will still get that P4 at the moment, but I think he's too far for P1 anyways. Oh, Jesuit nearly hits Leighton. What do we want here? I don't know what we want. But we need this race to finish. And it's the final lap of the race anyways. Connor, I don't think Connor's going to get a chance unless he goes for it in Portimao 10-11. Using absolutely everything. He's not going to go for it. Oh, Connor gets the penalty! And that is it.
The only man with no penalty is Jesuit, and he'll win it.
Oh, if Leighton maybe kept it clean and no penalties, Leighton would have won this race. So coming to the final corner of Galp, Leighton takes the checkered flag, but he has a penalty. So Jesuit will take round 1 in Portimao with Leighton and Connor behind him on the podium. Busy in P4, Nicholas P5, Mike in P6, 7th, 6 Kleiner Bosse. 7th on it, Mike moved down to P8, Gamer P9. As side by side of people actually, look at that. The Mercedes, I think that's Hack. Chiny Winey P10, Brian B P11, Ahug P12, and Hack and Kai takes 13th and 14th. Brilliant race. I know a few crashes, 3 safety cars, but the amount of side by side battles we saw, very, very entertaining and very, very intense, especially on the final few laps there after the safety car. But as we see, the McLaren driver on the top step of the podium with the Ferrari and Red Bull driver, McLaren taking the win today as takes all the points. Very unlucky for Ferrari after a spin on the safety car. what it could have been, we don't know.
I'm gonna miss this track Portugal this year because it's not added in the calendar game.
But yeah, that is it. From also Leighton. Oh yeah, driver of the day. Who would be your driver of the day?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. The one that didn't get a penalty.
Yes, we.
Yeah, just me. The one that didn't get a penalty.
Paul to victory.
Yeah, the one that didn't get a penalty. That's my driver of the day.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll have to agree because not getting a penalty is decent. It's very good compared to everyone else when everyone gets a penalty, and you win the race because of that. Just keeping it clean on track. But Leighton moving up 12 positions. Then Mike from P19 and Gamer from P16 going P8 and P9. But that is it, and that'll be it from us, me and Jamie, on this round 1 of Tier 2 of SBR. And I will see you next week, commentating again for round 2 of China. I do not know if Jamie will be there. Maybe we have to call him in again.
Jamie will have to will not be there because he needs to practice for PSG, which he hasn't done. So.
Yeah, neither. So yeah, wish us luck on that one. But I will see you next week with another commentator. Alright, that's been us, and